Hello, Jacqueline.
Hello.
Hello. Could you tell me something about the beautiful work that you've got exhibited here?
So my work, I'm a rug weaver, and so the work that's in my textile gallery is all about rug weaving and colour and pattern and texture. And a lot of my collection is hand dyed. The yarn is hand dyed and designed before I weave it. And there's also a lot of use of the Collingwood Shaft Switching Technique, which he invented and shared with me. And I've also got his legacy loom here that I'm trying to find a permanent museum home for, so people can come and admire that. It's very special because he made it with his own hands, and he was a master weaver.
And the samples that he made, they were small samples?
Yeah, there were small samples for his definitive book about rug weaving called The Techniques of Rug Weaving.
Is that still available?
Yes, but it's out of print and it's very expensive.
So what sort of yarn do you use in your work?
I use either cotton or wool for the weft, and I use linen for the warp.
And where do your patterns come from?
From my mind's eye. But mostly I'm inspired by nature, architecture, patterns, other textiles from other cultures, other crafts. I love glass. So yeah, I like all sorts of different things that inspire me.
Are there any particular artists or individuals that have influenced the work that you create?
So I would say that Peter Colllingwood has had a great impact on my work because he shared his techniques with me that I still use today. And of course, I'm a fan of many people. I love the work of Annie Albers as a past artist. I love the work of Tole Mimian as a current artist. And I like the work of Kay Facette, and there's many people that influence me and inspire me through my work.
So your colours, where do your colours come from?
They come from sometimes the dye pot, and they sometimes come from my choice of just wanting to put certain kind of colours together. I'm very serious about colour.
So when you do your dyeing, do you have an idea how much yarn you need to pre-dye for a project?
Yes, I have to pre-plan everything. I have to draw my designs out, and I have to measure the width of my weaving and make the appropriate size skeins, and then I'll dye the skeins and weave them.
And how long have you been weaving?
Many years, since I started my weaving course in 1985 in Harrogate, but I had done some weaving at school when I was small.
We have a beautiful accent. Whereabouts do you come from?
So I'm British, but I grew up in North America, and I've been living in the UK again in York since 1982.
I've noticed on some of your work there looks to be variegated yarn.
Yes, I've dyed that way. So either some of it's been painted, the weft has been painted with dye applied directly and let to stand to stain. And then the other one is a dip dye wool, and that is done over a hot vat of dye, and it's more immediate. You sort of dip it to get the gradient.
And do you do your dyeing away from your workroom?
Yes, I don't weave. I do my dyeing in outside or in my kitchen with designated equipment. Yeah, no, I know. And it's messy too. Got dye spots all over my counters and stuff, but.
So how wide is the loom that you work on?
The loom that I work on is about 150 centimeters wide. So my weaving is restricted to about 120 wide, and also it's the width of my arms too.
So I've noticed that you've got a lot of black in your work. Is that something?
No, it's just. I'm trying to just have it be a contrast to the color, or contrast black and white. I mean, I have such a large range of work, and every piece is a one-off piece, so it's difficult to kind of categorize me in terms of what my design or what my colorways are. But mostly, I'm about color, not black and white. I have benefited greatly from recently, for the last 3 years, working with Design Trust, and it's greatly improved my marketing and my business planning and my what I can charge for my work, and I'm still training and I'm still learning, and she's a wealth of information at the Design Trust. Very good. I'd love to recommend that.
Do you have a website where people can contact you?
I do. It's handwovenrugs.co.uk.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for interviewing me. Thank you for your interest in my work.